So, did you hear about the great Swiss cheese debate? The arguments were full of holes. Welcome to Cheese Friday. Good morning, everyone. As you might have guessed, today's cheese is Jarlsberg Swiss. Let's see if I can get it a little better for you. So, we haven't done Swiss cheese, and we love Swiss cheese in this household. And let me just get it open for you. Jarlsberg Swiss cheese is a Swiss type cheese. Which seems like a very unusual distinction, but it is what it is. Set that there. We'll get rid of it. It's a creamy yellow white. It's a semi-hard cheese, although it is very creamy because it's aged about 3 months. It has a wax rind, so we'll definitely be removing that. Possibly have to cut this one off because they are so soft. Swiss cheese was actually, I know a lot of people think it's a Swiss for Switzerland, but it's not. It was developed in Norway. So you can see the rind is real thin. Very, anyway, so it was, it's created in Norway. It's also produced in Norway, Ireland, and strangely enough, right here in Ohio. I don't know why we make Swiss cheese in Ohio, but we love it. So, hey, I'm all in favor of local cheeses. So, anyways, okay, I'm going to stop picking at the rind because I don't have to necessarily remove the entire rind right now, except for I just can't help myself. That's like the most satisfying part, removing the rind. And I'm going to cut it up, and I have a little surprise for you guys for Monday using some of this Swiss cheese. So, it'll be a good time for all. So, as you might recall, for cheeses, we're going to look for the smell, the appearance, the flavor, and the texture. So, let's see. The other thing that I didn't tell you about Swiss cheese is, let me see if I can get it. There you go. There's a good view of the cheese. You see how it has those great big holes? So when they make Swiss cheese, it's aged, it's made at a little bit of a warmer temperature than other cheeses, which produces a gas within the cheese, and as that bubbles up, that's what creates the holes. So that's why it has that texture. Delicious texture, by the way, I might add. In case you can't tell, I'm a fan. Of course, as you probably know, since we have Cheese Friday, I'm a fan of basically most cheese. So, just finishing cleaning this up. Just a little bit of slurs, which, by the way, even though there's a little bit, I probably don't have to be this crazy about it, but it just, that's the way it is today. So, the cheese, let's see. It does have like a very light pungency to it, but not anything bad. It's more nutty and forward than anything else. It's not tangy, not as slightly stinky like the Gruyere. Although I will tell you that Gruyere and Jarlsberg Swiss interchange in recipes for each other very nicely. So that's something to know in case you don't have a good Swiss in your area right at the moment. Actually, this one just came. I get a lot of cheese at Costco, guys. They seem to get good varieties in, and it all rotates, so you're not always getting the same thing. So, as you can see, very sliceable, really easily. It's soft. So, very, very flexible. And one more piece here, just so you can get a good view. Now, I will say it's not the best melting cheese, even though it does get really nice and soft. And if you put it on top of something and then you melt it, very nice. It just doesn't make like a greatest cheese sauce. It just comes out a little weird. It will melt nicely if you use the sodium citrate method though. Let's go ahead and give this a taste. Also, you can see it's a little bit yellow. It's not stark white. It is cow's milk, cow's cheese. So, and you got a nice look here of the firmer edges. You can see it just started to turn. If you let this, if this were to age in the wheel for up to 15 months, it becomes an aged Swiss cheese. And oh my God, that is fantastic. Although I don't find it very often. So maybe I'll be at a creamery and maybe I'll have to make a special request sometime for us. But delicious. I said delicious before I ate it, but I knew it. So it's super mild, and at first you're like, this cheese doesn't taste like nothing. And then all of a sudden, the flavor just permeates in your mouth, and you get this lovely, nutty, almost fruit-forward kind of flavor. So there's your Jarlsberg Swiss. 100% do recommend. It'll be great, and you'll see we'll use it once or twice real soon here. Talk to you later. Enjoy your happy Friday. Bye-bye.